Hello everybody, it's Brian for GadgetUnit.com, and it's time for episode 65 of my question and answer series. Lots of comments this time around, so let's go to the bottom, and starting with Evil Ninjas 99. So he says that the holes in the iPhone 5C cases let you see the color of the phone, which results in numerous possible color combinations. It's really ugly, I know. Although some of the color combinations I think look okay, like black and white. I think black seems to go well with any colored iPhone 5C. Some of the other colors, though, might not. So anyway, now for the question. Hypothetically speaking, if an iOS 7 semi-tethered jailbreak were to be released, would you consider jailbreaking your device? So I'd have to say absolutely. There's no reason not to. You don't have to worry about your phone not being able to boot back up. You just won't have access to your jailbroken apps or tweaks. I've already been on iOS 7 for over 3 months without any jailbreak, so there really wouldn't be anything to lose by going to a semi-tethered jailbreak. So absolutely. Alvis Wu asks, do you know when the next iTunes 11.1 will be out? That came out today, Wednesday, since this is iOS 7 day. So iTunes 11.1 has been released for both macOS 10 and Windows. Basically brings iOS 7 support and iTunes Radio to computers. Let's see, from Computer Kid 1, what do you think about the new Yahoo.com logo? Let me refresh the page because the exclamation point does a little animation here. At first, it was okay. Now it seems, after it's been implemented for a while, it seems just fine. They did need something different. So at first I thought it was kind of plain, sort of ugly, not too much design went into it, but overall I think now after a while it doesn't look too bad. Anyway, let's see what else we have. The Ultimate Tech Channel asks, how were you talking about the iPhone 5S was not a big upgrade? That is the same with the Galaxy S3 and S4. Not really, because the S3 and S4 were different devices. The S4 had a larger screen, it had a higher resolution screen, it had a much better camera. It was just a much more advanced phone than the previous one. So the 5S to the 5, not so much. From Edward Leonard, ignoring the rumors and such with the next iPad, or iPads, what features would you like to see in the devices that will make you want to get one again? Unlike the iPhones, I only use my iPad for reading books, manga, so speed isn't a requirement for me. So what features would you like to see? Also, you said that your MacBook Air has replaced your iPad. Would these features make you want to replace the MacBook Air with an iPad? Well, let me go back to the beginning again because I forgot. What features do you want to see in the new iPads to make you get one again? It's not really hardware related, it's more software related because I want to be able to multitask, open multiple applications at once. I would like to be able to plug in USB devices into my device. Now, a jailbroken iPad can already do that. You can get the camera connection kit and plug in keyboards and gamepads and headsets to it, but it's just not as elegant as just getting a simple laptop. And running multiple apps, you can do that with a jailbreak tweak called Quasar, but it's just not as traditional as just getting a regular computer. So I really don't see myself going back to tablets ever. I mean, I've been extremely happy with my Air. I've never once had any issues with it, and I just really enjoy it. So hopefully that answers the question. From Nikhil Paladugu, can you do a new What's on My iPhone video? I hope to record one of those this weekend, and I will upload that on Monday for sure, so that will be coming. I just need to make sure it's on my to-do list, but I will be doing that. Not much has changed, though, from my last What's on My iPhone video, which I think was for iOS 7, one of the betas. So anyway, from Chad Allen, I'm looking for a way to test iPhone apps for free. What do you recommend? Well, it's not really ethical to really recommend those types of things, but I will anyway. So what you're going to need is called iModSign. It's an application for macOS 10, and you use this to download cracked apps and sign them so that they will install on your unjailbroken device. So all you have to do is get this. You'll need a provisioning profile and certificates. Some websites have those for free, some charge for them, so you're probably going to have to spend a little bit of money for this, in which case it might make sense to just buy the apps that you want to try. If you like it, keep it. If you don't like it, trash it and get a refund, and nothing was lost. So that's my recommendation. From Mucho Gucho, now that you're totally happy with iOS 7 as your daily driver, I'm wondering if you would be interested in reviewing some iOS 7 inspired apps. Look up Made for iOS 7 Tumblr for some neat ones. It's the top result on Google. I know you've got less time to upload these days, so it's all fine and dandy if that prevents this wish, but I thought it would be a nice segue to hear your thoughts from a reviewer that got me into jailbreaking iOS 6 on some new content. Well, I mean, in terms of iOS 7 apps, a lot of them look nice. I'm really happy with the way most of these apps are turning out, but I don't really think that there are, well, I don't know. For the most part, these applications are UI updates, so user interface updates to update the designs with iOS 7 standards. Other than that, most of these apps still function the same with the same features and whatnot, so I don't know. The applications I use, I don't know. Most of these apps I don't really need to take a look at. I don't want to get into an app just for the sake of doing a video for it if I don't really use it myself or anything, because I probably won't have very many good things to say about it, so I will have to decline that request. From Jordan Farrington, how many more new iPhones do you think will be released before a different phone is at the top of the smartphone market? Well, if the iPhone 6 next year doesn't do anything dramatic, then Apple's really going to go downhill from there. Galaxy S4 is really good. Galaxy Note 3 is great as well, but obviously the screen is gigantic. The Galaxy S5 could be amazing. We'll have to see what they do. Samsung's been definitely innovating more than Apple has lately. That's undeniable. So we will just have to see. So like I said, the next iPhone, which should be the iPhone 6, needs to really step up some stuff. You know, bigger screen, better design, things like that. From Chad Allen again, he is in need of a new router. He already has a pretty good router, but he says his internet is slow. His internet is 20 megabits per second down, and when I run a speed test, I usually get that speed. So I don't know why you would want to get a router if your internet is functioning normally. YouTube videos playing back, poorly, or it's buffering too much or things, that's pretty normal. YouTube's not really reliable. So from Jared71, can Parallels on the MacBook Pro 2012 with a 2.5 GHz dual-core Intel Core i5 Turbo Boost up to 3.1 GHz, 8GB of RAM, 1600 MHz, DDR3, memory, 128GB SSD, and Intel HD Graphics 4000 work on Black Ops 2. It will work inside of Parallels, but it won't perform nearly as well as if you were to just use Windows through Boot Camp. So yes, Black Ops 2 will run. I just recommend playing games like that inside of Boot Camp. I think that smaller arcade games or older games will work fine in Parallels, but graphics intensive games like those definitely go into Boot Camp to get the best performance that you possibly can get. So that's it with episode 5 of my question and answer series. Tune in next week for episode 6, and that is it. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.